tell you, life isn't just what you think. It's full of puzzles, still just a puzzle to me. And every time you think you're ahead, it's not what it seems. Life tends to happen while you're still making a plan. So dare to dream big, cause it's worth taking a chance. And when tomorrow comes, you will know you gave everything. So just do what you love and love what you do. There's so many things in life and they're all here for you. Just do what you love.
Hi friends, in today's video I want to show you how I clean my makeup brushes with 2 kitchen items. But first, let's look at my brushes. I have some BH Cosmetics, Real Technique, e.l.f. Cosmetics, some Sonia Kashuk brushes, and some random drugstore brushes. Now, the 2 items that I will be using today is Dawn Antibacterial and some Walmart Extra Virgin Olive Oil. The antibacterial Dawn soap is so great because it takes away all the germs and all the bacteria that brushes accumulate. The extra virgin olive oil gives that brush more nutrients in that oil feeling so it won't get brittle. So the first thing I do is just put a good size amount of antibacterial soap in a plate, just like I'm doing here. I'll put a little bit more. Then I take, see that size amount? And then I take now the olive oil and I put a good size amount as well next to it. Just like this. Now you have 2. 1, 2. So now you're going to go ahead and open the water. Well, I'm going to try to. Open the water to lukewarm, not extremely hot, because that hot will make sure like the bristles will damage your brushes. So make sure it's lukewarm. So the first thing you do is just take any brush and you want to tap it in the middle of the both products. You see how I'm doing right here? I'm just doing a swirl motions and putting it under the water so get the brush wet. I'm kind of like squeezing it out so you can see the product and just dirt is coming out of the brush. This antibacterial brush, this antibacterial soap is really, really good, and you'll see further on the video how great this antibacterial soap is. So again, your swirling motions, just keep on going, dip it into water, and just continue until you start seeing the brush getting a little cleaner and the water is a little bit clearer. You just want to squeeze the excess out. Keep on swirling and swirling around. And what I'm doing right now, keep on swirling one more time. Tap it off, tap the excess off. Put it aside now. Take the next brush, again right in the middle of the plate. Rub it, do a swirling motion, dip it into water to get a little bit moist. As you can see, all that filth is just coming out of the brushes. I usually do this every 2 weeks to my brushes to make sure that you keep the brushes clean. Of course, they go in your face, so you got to make sure that you keep that bacteria off your face. That's how pimples and that's how acne comes along. So again, here you go, your swirling motions, tap it off and put it aside. I'm going to continue repeating this motion. Now take a look at this fan brush, how dirty it is. Like I said, this antibacterial soap is amazing. So just dip it in. I'm just tapping it in. With this one, I don't do swirling motions. I just do a motion like left and right, kind of side to side motion. Since it is a fan brush, it's a little bit more delicate. So you see how I'm just shaking it off. It's coming off, squeezing the excess out, rinsing it a little bit, putting more water, squeezing it out. You see how it's starting to get a little bit more clear. Look how white it's starting to get. Keep on squeezing it. Now rub it again against underneath the water. And you continue doing this motion. You squeeze it out and look how clear this brush is now. Super white. Super white. Good job. Just squeeze it out. It's very important that you squeeze your brushes out the excess water, and you never want to place your brushes like facing up. So right now, here are my Real Technique brushes. These are so filthy. These are my most favorite right now, and they're being used all the time. So that's why they're so dirty. This one is the little concealer brush, which I use for my eyebrows. Just a little side-to-side motion and clean it up. Again, dip it in. That was my phone, excuse me. And again, in swirling motions, I just go ahead and dip it into water. Side to side. There you go. All that filth coming out. Cleaning my counter because I have a little pet peeve about that. If you don't, since it is makeup and it is oil based, if you don't wash it really quick, your counter will be totally stained. So just heads up on that. Again, swirly motions. I just picked up a little bit more soap because I felt that it wasn't getting clean enough. And when I did that, the brush totally, like the tip, turned white. And that's exactly what you want to do. Make sure you remove all that makeup off those brushes. There you go. See? Totally white. Tap the excess off. So I'm going to continue doing for the last two brushes. These are pretty good brushes. Everybody has reviewed them, and they're pretty good in terms of like the consistency and the feel of it. They're really amazing. So I'm totally in love with the Real Technique brushes. Great investment. So again, I'm just doing the swirling motion, taking the excess out. You see how I am kind of like slanting the brush, because you don't want to like put the brush upright because all that water will get inside the tube, like inside the wood of the brush, and that eventually will damage the brush. So always try to keep it upside down. There you go, squeezing the excess off. Put a little more soap, I'm gonna need some. You see, again, I don't feel like it's totally clean, so I go back in just with the soap and get, look, it's still dirty, to get all that off. Big brushes, you kind of tend to have to do that because of how thick they are. You have to definitely do it at least 2 or 3 times to make sure they are completely clean. You want to squeeze the excess out, and what I'm doing right now is basically just shaping the brush, so when I put it down, it actually goes into its form. And the last brush, side to side motions. This one I use it for a concealer. You can't see how dirty it is. Goodness gracious. And you just continue doing this until it's all clean. So by using these two products, one, using the antibacterial to eliminate the bacteria in all your brushes and clean them very well, and the olive oil is just basically just to nourish the brushes and give it some extra nutrients, some extra moisture. So there you go, I'm flattening it out, and that's it. As you can see in the next picture, right here are the clean brushes. Look how white they are, my Real Technique brushes. Real Techniques, BH Cosmetics, Elf Cosmetics, and some random products, some random brushes from the drugstore. Look at this Elf Cosmetic brush. I think it lasted and it took pretty well the products. So there you have it. Here are my my secret of clean my makeup brushes. I will no longer buy any products over the counter, and that is it. So if you have any comments, let me know. I hope this works for you guys.